Hello, today we're going to talk about some insurance basics for members' parents. The Independent Insurance Agents of America estimate that 100,000 property claims occur on college campuses annually. In addition, today's students are bringing more expensive items to school with them than ever before. For that reason, we believe it's our responsibility to communicate to the chapter members and their parents the specifics of their organization's insurance coverage. Each house corporation or chapter has a contract with the resident members that defines the relationship and obligation of both parties to the arrangement. The agreement explicitly states that the house corporation or chapter is not responsible for any loss or damage to a resident member's personal property, including their personal automobiles. Similarly to any other rental arrangement, the resident is responsible for insuring her own personal property, either via their parents' homeowners policy or with a renter's policy. So what does the organization's insurance program cover? The organization's insurance program covers the property that the organization owns at the chapter house, such as the furniture and kitchen equipment at the house, for example. How should you protect your and your child's property while they're away at college? It's the responsibility of the resident member to make sure that their personal property is protected while living in the chapter house. Many chapter members' property would still be covered under the parents' homeowners policy. So we encourage you to review that and check with your local agent for specifics. We have reviewed the industry standard insurance language for homeowners policies in hopes of providing resident members and their parents with the information necessary to ensure that their personal property is adequately protected. The standard homeowners policy language defines an insured as follows. Most resident members would fit into one or both of the definitions there on the screen, but there are further issues to consider to ensure your personal property is protected. College students are typically covered for 10% of the contents limit under their parents' homeowners policy. If your personal property is valued at or above the 10% limit under your policy, you should speak with your insurance agent about increasing that limit. Also, under the standard homeowners policy, the contents coverage only provides named perils coverage, which means that losses would be covered only if they arise from causes of loss listed in the policy. A laptop that was damaged from power surge or from being dropped, for example, would likely not be covered under a named perils policy. We recommend that you verify with your insurance agent that the policy provides all risk coverage. If a student chooses to declare independent status, perhaps for loan purposes, they would likely not be covered under their parents' homeowners policy. So that's something else to keep in mind. If you prefer not to rely on your homeowner's insurance or you do not have access to homeowner's insurance for whatever reason, we highly encourage you or your daughter to purchase renter's insurance, which will cover her personal property and is very affordable. For example, National Student Services, which is accessible at nssi.com, the nationwide leader in college student property insurance, offers $10,000 worth of coverage with a $50 deductible for about $200 in annual premiums. If you or your daughter purchases a renter's policy, we recommend that you confirm that the following perils are covered: theft, fire, flood, and wind. In addition, some of the most common causes of loss to a laptop include drops and damage from liquids being spilled into the laptop. So it's important to verify whether or not those types of claims would be covered. Your daughter's organization has purchased the broadest coverage possible to protect her should she be named in a lawsuit due to her affiliation with a sorority, so long as she is following the guidelines of the organization. The liability insurance is third-party coverage, meaning it protects the insureds, that being the sorority, house corporation, chapter, members, volunteers, etc., should they be named in a lawsuit from a third party. So let's just look at this example here on the screen. Let's say your daughter serves as a chapter president and plans a party for her chapter. At the party, a fight breaks out and several people are injured. So the venue where the party was held, as well as the injured parties, sue your daughter, her organization, the chapter, and many others. So long as your daughter was following the rules and policies of the organization, she would be protected by the organization's insurance program. So that's why it's so important for you personally that the organization has more than adequate insurance limits. On the other hand, what if your daughter is injured at a sorority event, a chapter house, etc.? Well, the organization's liability insurance does not cover personal injury to your daughter, in much the same way that your own homeowner's policy does not provide medical coverage for members of your household. If your daughter is injured at the chapter house or at a chapter event, she will need to rely on her or your personal medical policy. This is also spelled out in the membership and housing agreements that she has signed. What about automobile insurance, you might ask? If your daughter takes her car to school, your automobile policy will continue to cover her personal car while she is away at school. If she does not take a car with her to school, you will want to ensure that she is still listed as a driver under your automobile policy if she plans to drive a car at any time while away at school. Several insurance companies offer a student away at school discount for this type of coverage, so be sure to check with your agent before she leaves for college. An often confused portion of the insurance program is when a member drives on behalf of the sorority. So if your daughter drives her personal automobile on sorority business and is involved in an accident, she will not be covered by the organization's automobile liability policy. The organization's automobile liability policy exists to protect the organization if it is named in a lawsuit involving an automobile. It doesn't exist to protect individuals. For more information about the sorority's automobile coverage, please refer to the Digging Deeper Non-Owned Automobile document on our website at mjsorority.com. For many chapter members, college is the first opportunity for them to live on their own away from home. It's important that chapter members and their families take the necessary steps to ensure that their personal property, which can often be very expensive, is financially protected via insurance. If you are interested in studying the organization's insurance program further, we recommend you review the expansive insurance summary available on our website at mjsorority.com. We realize that this can be a confusing issue, so please do not hesitate to contact us with any questions.